Hey you, and welcome to lesson 20. Today we will talk about time clauses, and we will also cover degree adverbs, focusing adverbs, and we will take the phrase look forward to. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome to lesson 20. Today we will start by time clauses. What are time clauses? Normally time clauses and conditionals follow the same pattern. Now, time clauses, we use them to talk about the future or to make hypotheses. Okay, so let's take a look about how to use time clauses to talk about the future. First, time clauses are, what are they? Whoops. All right, hold on, let me just fix this real quick. Okay, when, until, after, unless, even if, those are all time clauses, right? Let's take a look at them in sentences. I'll come home when I finish work. I'll come home when I finish work. You must wait here until your father comes. They are coming after they had dinner. So, in time clauses, words like when. In time clauses, words are like when, after, and until, often used in the present tense. Okay, so those words are often used in the present. They're not limited. We don't only use them in the present, but they're often, like 80% of the time, they're used in the present tense. Because we're talking here about the future. All right, so I'll come home when I finish work. That is in the future. It means after I finish work, I'll come home. Or you must wait until your father comes. So we use the present simple and the time clause to talk about the future event or a future situation. If they are coming after, they have had dinner. Okay, here we use they have had dinner, which is the past perfect, but also to talk about the future. As I said, mostly we use it in the present simple, but it's not limited. Sometimes we could use other tenses. In conditional clauses, words like if, unless, and even if, we often use a present tense form to talk about the future. Let's take a look. We won't be able to go out if it's raining. I will come tomorrow unless I have to look after the children. Even if Barcelona lose tomorrow, they will still be champions. So here we use lose, have to, and it is. Okay, so we use a present simple with unless, even if to talk about the future. Now, let's just take a quick look at this. There's a quick reminder. Look after. What does that mean, to look after? To look after, it means to take care of someone or to be responsible for someone or something. Okay, we don't normally use will in time clauses and conditional clauses. I'll come home when I finish work, not will finish work. We don't say I'll come home when I will finish work. No, we just say I'll come home when I finish work. So will is not used in future time clauses and conditional clauses. We won't be able to go out if it rains, not if it will rain. It will be nice to see Peter when he gets home, not when he will get home. So we don't use will in time clauses and in conditional clauses. You must wait here until your father comes and not until your father will come. But we can use will if it means want to or be willing to. Okay, so we can use will not as a model, but if it means if you want to or if you are willing to. For example, I'll be very happy if you will come to my party. In this case, it means if you want to come to my party or if you are willing to come to my party. We should finish the job early if George will help us. Okay? Here it means, whoops, wrong tool. Here it means we have to finish the job if George will be willing to help us. Okay? So we're using will here as an intent. Okay? If we want George to help us, then we have to finish the job. So the second use of time clauses will be with when we are making hypotheses. Okay, when we're making hypotheses, that just means that we are talking about probabilities or possibilities in the future. We use the past tense to talk about the future in this case. Some conditional clauses are like hypotheses, so we use the past tense forms. Let's take a look. Okay, so before we start with the examples, when we make hypotheses, we use the past simple to talk about the future, not to talk about something that is happening right now at the present or something that happened in the past. We only make hypotheses in the future. He could get a job if he really tried. So here, tried, could. He could get a job if he really tried. We're talking about the future. What does this sentence mean? It means he cannot get a job because he has not tried. He can't get a job because he hasn't tried. So we make a hypothesis. He could get a job if he really tried. Another example, if Jack was playing, they would probably win. If Jack was playing, they would probably win. What does that mean? That means Jack is not playing, so they will probably not win, or they will probably lose because Jack is not playing. So we are making a hypothesis that if Jack was playing, they'd probably win, but he's not, so they're probably not. If I had, all right, one second. If I had his address, I could write to him. If I had, I could. If I had, I could. All right, what does that mean? That means that I don't have his address, therefore I cannot write him. But if I had it, I would write to him. So if I had his address, I could write to him, but now I cannot. We also use the past tense forms to talk about something that we believe will not happen in the future. He would probably go by train if it wasn't so expensive. So he'll probably not go by train because it is so expensive. I would look after the children for you at the weekend if I was home. That means I cannot look after the children because I won't be home. So we are making it in the negative. We also use the time clauses. We use the past tense form to make suggestions about what might happen in the future. Right, let's take a look at some examples. If he came tomorrow, we could borrow his car. If he came tomorrow, we could borrow his car. If we invited John, Mary would bring Angela. If we invited John, Mary would bring Angela. That means if we don't invite John, then Mary is not going to bring Angela. After I, or he, she, it, we can use were instead of was. We talked about this before, that this is an exception only with conditional clauses and time clauses, that we can use I, he, she, it, and use were. We can also use was, and we can use were. Both are correct. So we can say, if Jack was playing, they would probably win, or we can say if Jack were playing, they'd probably win. This is only applicable in conditional clauses or when we are hypothesizing. All right, let's take a look at another example. We would go by train if it wasn't so expensive. We can also say if it weren't so expensive. I would look after the children for you at the weekend if I was at home or if I were at home. Both are correct. We use the past perfect to talk about something which did not happen in the past. Now pay attention here. We use the past perfect to talk about something which did not happen in the past. We're not talking about future here, we're talking past. Therefore, we are going to use the past perfect. Let's take a look at some examples. One second, let me just change the color. If you had seen him, you could have spoken to him. Okay, we're talking about the past. It means you did not see him and you could not speak to him. But if you had seen him, you could have spoken to him. You could have stayed with us if you had come to London, but you did not come to London, therefore you couldn't stay with us. If we hadn't spent all our money, we could take a holiday. That means we have spent all our money, that's why we didn't go on a holiday. If I had got the job, we would be living in Paris. It means I did not get the job and therefore we're not living in Paris. Okay, now if the main clause of a hypothetical conditional is about the present or the future, we use a model. Okay, what does that mean? It means that if the main clause in the sentence is a hypothetical conditional about the present or about the future, then we use a model. We use a model verb like can, will. Let's take a look. If I had got the job, we might be living. If I had got the job, we might be living in Paris now. That means I did not get the job and we're not living in Paris. So we use the model might. If you had done your work, you would know the answer. In time clauses about the past, we use models with have. If I had seen him, I would have spoken to him. It means I did not see him and I did not speak to him because I did not see him. You could have stayed with us if you had come to London. It means you didn't stay with us because you did not come to London. If you had invited him, I might have come. I might have come. Okay, so now let's talk about the degree and focusing of adverbs. A degree and focusing adverbs are most common types of modifiers. Okay, so we use them to modify the adjectives or other adverbs. Remember what is the main use of adverbs and what is the difference between adverbs and adjectives? Just a quick review. Adjectives, we use adjectives to modify nouns. Only nouns. Adjective has only one purpose, and that is to modify nouns, like a tall man. Okay, so tall is an adjective. What does tall modify? It modifies man. Man is a noun and tall is an adjective. Now adverbs have more uses than adjectives. Adverbs they have three uses. They modify verbs like eat quickly. Eat quickly. That means quickly used to modify the verb eat. So we don't use adjectives to modify verbs, we use adverbs to modify verbs. Also we use adverbs if we are talking about other adjectives. Like for example, tall man is an adjective and man is a noun, but if we want to modify the adjective, which is tall, we use an adverb. So we can say a very tall man, a very tall man. So very is an adverb used to modify the adjective, which is tall. Now the third use for the adverbs is to modify other adverbs. Like for example, eat quickly. We know that eat is a verb, quickly is an adverb. So quickly is an adverb because it modified eat, which is a verb. Now if I say eat very quickly, that is another adverb used to modify the first adverb, which is quickly. So very will be another adverb. We use it to modify quickly, which is another adverb. So let's take a look here. So this is just a quick review to remind you about the differences between adjectives and adverbs. Now let's take a look at degree adverbs. Degree adverbs also modify. So if you can say a little bit, absolutely, enough, perfectly, somewhat, a little bit, entirely, pretty, terribly, a lot, extremely, quite, too, almost, fairly, rather, totally, awfully, highly, remarkably, utterly, completely, lots, slightly, very. Those are all adverbs, degree adverbs, to modify the noun, to modify the verbs, or to modify the adjectives. So Mary will be staying a bit longer. Mary will be staying a bit longer. So we modified staying. Longer is a little bit more. Longer is a little bit more time. Okay? It all happened pretty quickly. Here, pretty quickly is a degree adverb. Pretty quickly, it means pretty quickly, it means like it's a little bit less than very quickly. Okay, so you have quickly, pretty quickly, very quickly. Okay, so this is just a degree adverb to show you the intensity. She was quite surprised. Again, surprised, quite surprised, very surprised. So she's here. The surprise level is here, between surprise and very surprised. It was £3.52 if you want to be totally accurate. Totally accurate. Like, totally is just another way of saying completely. Okay, now let's move on to a phrase or an expression. This is very widely common in the English language, and it is look forward to. Now, what does it mean to look forward to? It means that you are excited about something to happen, or you are really pleased that something is going to happen. You look forward to it. It means you are you really can't wait for something to happen. Let's take a look at this following conversation between A and B. I'm looking forward to the holidays. I'm looking forward to the holidays. Are you excited about your trip to South America? Yes, I'm looking forward to it. We're looking forward to going to Switzerland next month. Looking forward to go to Switzerland. Okay, this will be wrong. Okay, now one thing you keep in mind when you use look forward to, we always look forward to followed by a pronoun or a noun or an ing form of the verb. We don't ever use to plus a verb or an infinitive. We never use an infinitive. We don't say, I look forward to visit with you. You say, I look forward to visiting with you. Okay? Or you can say, I look forward to your visit. Because your visit is a pronoun that could, your is a pronoun that can follow look forward to. So look forward to, we either follow it by pronoun, or we can follow it by noun, or it has to be followed by the ing form of the verb. This is the rule. I look forward to visiting you. I look forward to going to Spain. I look forward to playing you on the weekend. But you don't say, I look forward to visit you or to go to France. If the second verb has a different subject, we use the object form of the pronoun. What does that mean? The object form of the pronoun is like he becomes him, she becomes her, and so on. I becomes me. Okay, we're looking forward to him arriving. We're looking forward to him arriving because him here is the object. He is going to arrive. So we're looking forward to him arriving. Not we're looking for him to he arriving next week, because that is just not correct, because he is not he cannot be used in the subject form of the pronoun. It has to be used in the object form of the pronoun. The subject here will be we, because we are the ones who are looking forward to his arrival. We also use look forward to at the end of formal letters or informal's email. Like, I look forward to your reply, I look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to receiving payment for the service detailed above. So we normally end formal correspondence with using look forward to. So again, look forward to receiving, ing, look forward to hearing, or look forward to your reply, which is a pronoun. All right, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't skip the quiz, and I'll see you next class. Have a good one.